In this video, I'm going to teach you how to use Microsoft Excel for plotting graph. There are many applications as far as this Microsoft Excel is concerned, but in this video, I'm going to restrict only how we use it for plotting graph. Okay, so here, if you see, I have given all the data which I require for plotting graph. So if you first you should be knowing that each rectangle or each space in this sheet, okay, it is called a cell. Okay, so each cell has its own name corresponding to its row and column number. So here if you see, this is going to be the column. Okay, the column name is B, and here if you see, this is the row. Okay, so the row number is 3. So now if I want to find the name of this particular cell, then it will be called as B6. Okay, B, and here the corresponding row is going to be 6. Okay, so this is the position of this particular cell. So similarly here, this cell will be called as E6. Okay, so on the cells will be named. So now I have entered this values in these column and row, and in graph, for plotting a graph, you have two things. One is the variable and other one is a constant. Okay, so if you say here, the x is going to be the constant one and y is going to be the variable, because the value of y will be varying depending upon the value of x. Okay, so this y is a dependent variable. So in our in our application, we will be using, that is in biochemistry, you'll be generally plotting the graph between a concentration. The x will be the concentration and y will be the absorbance. Okay, so with increasing concentration, let's say the concentration unit is some microgram per ml or something. So with the increase in concentration from 50 to 350 microgram per ml, the absorbance will also be gradually increasing. Okay, so that's what we can infer from this data. Okay, so now I want to plot a graph, and I want to determine some concentration. Okay, so we will learn all those things. So now I have to now I have to plot the graph. Right now I have selected this row and columns. Okay, and I'm going to this option insert, and then I go to scatter. Okay, so in scatter you have many different, I will do it again. Okay, I'm selecting this. Okay, I go to insert, and here in scatter I have many different templates, chart types are there. Okay, either I can only mark the coordinates, or I can go for curved line, or I can go for sharp line, or I can omit marking the coordinates. Okay, so whichever I want I can choose. So I'm going for this lines, sharp line, and here this is the graph which I am getting. Now I have to just do some more things here. So I want to rename this graph. Okay, so I'm just selecting this, I'm placing my cursor over there, and I'm typing like concentration, right? Concentration versus absorbance, or OD. Okay, or optical density. Okay, I don't want legend here. Okay, so legend is something like here, if the legend blue line means y, that's the legend mean here. I don't want legend, and I don't need this grid line also. So what I'm doing, I'm just placing the pointer over there, and I'm clicking the line, and all the grid lines get selected. Okay, so now I'm right clicking this, and I get the option delete. Okay, so now my graph is ready, the plot area is ready. Now I have to mark the trend line. So this trend line is used for data analysis, and it's a linear line. Okay, and the more the linearity, it means that the accuracy of the experiment is good. So I'm right clicking it, I shall select the add trend line, and I mark the options. Okay, display equation on chart, and r square value on chart. Okay, so when I give close, now I get the equation and the R square value. So this equation is very important because this equation is of the form y is equal to mx plus c. Okay, so from the value of m is equal to the slope. Okay, so the slope of the line which I have plotted is 0.002, and this value of c is equal to the intercept. Okay, so the more the value of r square is closer to 1, it means that the experiment is very accurate. Okay, so now my value of r square is 0.968, which is closer to 1. So I can use this graph as a standard graph for whatever purpose which I plotted this graph for. Okay, so now if I want to find the unknown concentration, so I know only for this many samples I have taken the reading. Now I want to find the unknown concentration of some, let's say, some 175 microgram per mole. Okay, so now what can I do? I can use this equation of line. Okay, I can substitute the value of x here as 0.175, and I can determine the value of y. Okay, so that is the significance of this equation. Okay, and now what I have to plot the I have to label this graph. Okay, so now what I have to do, we have the option of layout here. So in layout I have the axis titles. So primary horizontal title. Okay, axis title. So the name should be below the axis line. So here I'm going to rename it as concentration. Okay, and I have to give the unit, right? So mg per ml or whatever something. Okay, and on the y-axis now. Okay, so that is the vertical axis. I want it like in a rotated way, right? So here like this. I can mark it as 4D. Okay, so this is how we plot a simple graph using MS Excel. Okay, so practice this if you have your own laptop, and if you have any doubts you can ask me. Okay, thank you.